Welcome to the Blanco Wellness Podcast. Thank you for being here. Take a breath, settle in, and let's talk today about something that has been governing the quality of human life for as long as human beings have existed, and that most people in the modern world are unknowingly working against. The body has a clock, not a metaphorical one, a literal biological timing system that runs through virtually every cell in the body, regulating hormones, body temperature, digestion, immune function, cognitive performance, and sleep with a precision that took scientists decades to fully appreciate. This system is called the circadian rhythm, and it evolved over hundreds of thousands of years in direct relationship with the most consistent signal available in the natural world, the cycle of light and darkness. Morning light tells the body to wake, to become alert, to begin the physiological preparation for an active day. Fading light tells it to slow, to cool, to begin the gradual process of preparing for sleep. The system is elegant, deeply embedded, and extraordinarily effective when it receives the signals it was designed to receive. The difficulty is that the modern world has systematically disrupted those signals in ways our biology has not had time to adapt to. We wake to alarm clocks rather than sunrise. We spend the majority of our days inside, under artificial lighting that does not carry the spectrum or the intensity of natural light. Then, as evening arrives and the body begins preparing for sleep, we expose ourselves to bright screens emitting light in the exact wavelengths most effective at suppressing melatonin and signaling the brain that it is still midday. The result, for enormous numbers of people, is a circadian system that has lost its primary reference points. A clock that no longer knows with confidence when it is morning or when it is night. And the downstream consequences of that confusion are not trivial. Poor sleep, reduced cognitive function, impaired mood regulation, weakened immune response, disrupted metabolism. These are not separate problems. They are related expressions of a single misalignment between how we are living and what our biology expects. There is also a shorter cycle rhythm worth understanding because it governs the quality of almost every working hour of every day. The ultradian rhythm runs on a roughly 90 to 120-minute cycle throughout the waking day, moving between periods of higher alertness and focus and periods of lower energy and reduced concentration. Most people experience this without consciously identifying it. The natural rise toward focus and engagement, followed by the drift toward fatigue and distraction that signals the end of a productive cycle. The conventional response to this drift is to push through it with caffeine or willpower, treating the body's request for a brief recovery as an inconvenience to be overridden. The Taoist response, and as it turns out, the more physiologically intelligent one, is to treat it as information, to use the high focus periods for demanding cognitive work, and to allow the recovery periods to be genuine recovery rather than a battle against tiredness. Nature demonstrates the principle that underlies all of this. The ocean does not sustain a constant tide. It comes in and it goes out, and the going out is not failure, but completion, the necessary preparation for the coming in. The heart does not sustain a constant contraction. It beats and it rests, and the resting is not weakness, but the mechanism by which the next beat becomes possible. Every living system that sustains itself over time does so through cycles of effort and recovery, activity and rest, expansion and consolidation. The human organism is no exception, and the attempt to live as though it is, to sustain constant output without genuine recovery, to treat rest as lost time rather than as the condition that makes sustained effort possible, tends to produce exactly the kind of accumulated depletion that eventually forces rest upon us in ways we did not choose. The practical implications of this are simpler than most wellness advice and more powerful than most wellness advice, because they work with the body's existing intelligence rather than attempting to override it. Morning light, received outside within the first hour of waking, sets the circadian clock for the day and produces measurable improvements in energy, mood, and sleep quality, not through any complicated mechanism, but simply by providing the signal the body was designed to receive. Evening light management, reducing bright and blue spectrum light as darkness approaches, allows melatonin to rise naturally and sleep to arrive with less resistance. Working in alignment with the natural peaks and troughs of the ultradian cycle, rather than against them, tends to produce more genuine productivity in less time and with considerably less exhaustion. The Taoists described this kind of living, moving in alignment with natural rhythms rather than against them, as one of the foundations of genuine health and genuine longevity. The concept of yang sheng, nourishing life, involves not only what we eat or how we move, but how we position ourselves within the larger cycles of the natural world. The person who rises with the light, who moves through the day in harmony with its natural rhythms of activity and rest, who allows darkness to be the signal for genuine winding down, this person is doing something that no supplement can replicate. They are giving the body the conditions it was built for. As we close today, I want to leave you with two simple practices rather than a single question. Tomorrow morning, if you can, step outside within the first hour of being awake and spend a few minutes in natural light, not exercising, not checking your phone, just receiving the morning. And this evening, an hour before you intend to sleep, begin reducing the brightness around you. Dim the lights, set the screens aside. Let the darkness be the signal it was always meant to be. These are not revolutionary acts. They are simply a return to what the body already knows how to do, when given the conditions to do it. Thank you for being here with me today. Until next time, be well.